Welcome to Fred Achando Analysis, ladies and gentlemen. There is a near crisis in my country, Kenya. The people who are advising President William Samoei Ruto should change their tactics because they seem to be getting directly into Raila Odinga's trap that has been laid to them. I have seen the Kenya Kwanza team celebrating, and the cause of this celebration is nothing if you ask me. That because Raila Odinga seems to be changing tactics on how he is going to approach the Monday demonstration is what makes them to be very happy. The last time I checked, it is very easy to deal with an enemy who has laid bare his tactics that is going to use when you are going to war. And I want to tell you this, that Raila Odinga is an enigma in politics, and he understands quite well how the rules of the game work. You cannot let your enemy know your plan, because as it was, Statehouse had planned machinery and they were waiting for the people to come. And Raila Odinga knew this very well. You cannot tell your enemy everything. So if the Kenya Kwanza team just want to celebrate because Raila Odinga has indicated that he's changing plans, they need to think twice, because Raila Odinga is trying to camouflage. And when Monday will come, the Kenya Kwanza team is going to be met with rude shock. Let us assume that maybe Raila Odinga has decided that he is not going to Statehouse. Does that solve the problems that Raila Odinga, the challenges that Raila Odinga had presented to William Samoei Ruto? Because we seem to be forgetting the written script. The real messaging of Raila's reasons of going to the street with the people, of going to Statehouse or Arambe House to petition the grievances to William Ruto are tangible, and they touch on the people of Kenya. When people go without food and drought is ravaging and animals are dying and we have bandits killing people every day in Pokot, and then Raila says that maybe I'm not going to Statehouse. Please help me understand, because no one has the monopoly of knowledge. How does this give William Ruto and his brigade joy? Because Raila will say, for example, that he's not going to Statehouse. Will that put food on the table of the hungry Kenyans? Because I have a feeling that after this, the William Ruto camp will be complacent and they will go to slumber. Why? Their main problem is very myopic and short-sighted. That the only thing that they want to guard is Statehouse. Let me tell you, Statehouse is just a very small thing in this whole plan of the battle. Once President Ruto and the team will go to slumber and start being complacent and celebrating that, Raila has coiled his tail and is not going to reach Statehouse, the problem is not about Raila. William Ruto is sitting on a time bomb, and it will explode, and that is why the gist of this analysis. Instead of focusing on how to give solutions to the problems that are bedeviling Kenyans, they are busy focusing so much on Raila Odinga, how to counter him not to go to Statehouse, how to demonize him in churches. Now, hunger will continue in our country. Youths will continue going without food, without any employment, and bandits will continue to kill our people in Pokot and everywhere. Then youths will start engaging in illicit activities like maybe drug abuse and even mugging people. Already you have seen members of the UDA rioting and going on demonstrations because they want William Ruto to understand that they are also suffering just like the other Kenyans who did not vote for William Ruto. So this is the danger. I want you to imagine, for example, that Raila Odinga decides to sit back and help Kenyans watch what is going on in the country. Raila can afford, as I always say, 3 meals in a day. Raila is very rich. He will be seated pretty in the corners of his current home, and he will be watching news as people continue to suffer. So do you know what will happen? Those who voted for William Ruto will look for someone to blame. Raila will not be in the picture. They will be the people who will start this revolution, because it is very dangerous if the common mwananchi wakes up one day and they say, enough, it is enough, because they will soon realize that they don't have someone to fight for them. Today, it's a bit sweet music when they have someone to blame, when they feel that, well, Raila will fight for us. You know, some of them still criticize Raila, but they want him to fight for them. So when Raila will be outside the picture, the Kenya Kwanza team will be in bed celebrating that now tumemweza. The UDA supporters will wake up and they will start rioting. They will be joined by those who voted for the Azimio team. They will go onto the street without looking at their tribal or political affiliation. They will be united under one banner, hunger, and it will be an Unga revolution. Let me tell you why it is going to be very challenging to William Samoei Ruto. On that day when people wake up, they will look for Raila Odinga to blame. Raila will not be there. The ICC, Joe Biden, and all those who have always looked for someone to threaten with the ICC thing will look for Raila Odinga. He will not be there. Who will they see? Behold, there will be a team of hungry Kenyans who will be telling them, if you can't take us to the Hague, take us, but we are coming for you. And this is why I'm telling you that it will be so difficult. They will be going to Statehouse. They will wake up. It will be spontaneous. It shall have not been planned the way Raila is planning his. So William Ruto is playing with fire. This battle is not about Raila Odinga. What people are talking about is not about the Azimio. It is not about the team that you always see leading the campaigns. It's not about Martha Karua. Neither is it about Kalonzo Musyoka or Eugene Wamalwa or Oparanya. It's not about them. This team is a team of rich people. These people do not suffer. If they decide to sit down today, even without going to work, they can still sustain their lives, not even the basic commodity, luxurious life for the rest of their lives till they die. And that's why I'm telling you that when William Ruto and the team who are advising him think that it is about Raila, think that when you manage Raila, then you manage everything, they will be in for a rude shock. If you walk around, you know, something tells me that William Ruto, the president of Kenya today, has detached himself from the people of Kenya. If he has not detached himself, then he wants to bury his head in the sand and pretend that nothing is happening. You know, where we are approaching, it will not be enough to blame Raila Odinga. It won't be enough to tell the people that they plundered the economy of Kenya. It won't be enough to you know, put the blame game and keep on shifting your promises. People will demand real change and the reality. They will say, we have given you 100 days. 100 days are gone. We have given you months and the months are gone. Where is food on the table? Let something not delude you that Kenya is different from the other nations. People can wake up and decide to go for a revolution without any leader calling for it. And this is why I'm saying that the celebration that I see on social media, people are saying that, oh, Raila is chickening out. Raila can decide to chicken out. But you, the Kenya Kwanza team, who is celebrating about Raila, does that give you food on your table? Does it help you pay your school fees? Does it reduce the cost of electricity? The Kenya Kwanza team who are driving, does it reduce the cost of petrol? And William Ruto must change his strategy, because if he is not careful, there is a bigger and a stronger revolution that will not depend on the Azimio team. It will depend on the people themselves, because they are suffering and the government is ignoring them. They are suffering, the government is looking for blame game. Soon, very soon, ladies and gentlemen, it will explode. Joe Biden will not be there. The ICC will not help it either. No one will help it. And that is when the government will realize that when a hungry mass wakes up to demand for food from their leaders, it will be too messy. I'm not a prophet of doom, but I'm calling upon the government not to celebrate, but to get down and deal with the real problems that are facing Kenyans. This is my take. If you're watching for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and like our videos.